So now I'd like to talk about the functionality we have for inspections, both for the inspectors going out on the road, as well as being able to request an inspection, and also talk about the inspection app that will work on inspectors or code enforcement officers' tablets or smartphones. And as you'll see, works even when they're offline, which is crucial in a lot of cities and counties. So now in this situation, you can see here we've completed the two mandatory reviews that needed to be done, and the system workflowed to a permit issued state, issuing a permit placard and emailing it out to the applicant, as well as uh, as well as setting up inspections that will need to be done, obviously, in the future, one which is mandatory. Well, your applicant receives an email, and so they see that the submission has been changed, and they can come in here and see that it went from a plan review concurrent state to a permit issued state, and they can click in and view their submission. And in coming back in here now, they also see the building placard that was issued to them. And let's assume they moved ahead with their construction and it was time to schedule an inspection. So in this example, uh, they come in, click in, and let's say they want to request it for the following day. And they have the option of selecting morning, afternoon, or no preference. We'll say morning. They enter a phone number for the inspector to be able to reach them and request their inspection. On the city or county's end, the inspection department receives an email, clicks in and sees the request for the 23rd in the morning, and again now can assign this to a individual, right? We'll assign it to me. And in scheduling it, they can schedule it for the morning. They see Dave has some time in the morning and he has some time available at 9 o'clock in the morning. So in confirming, the applicant, Bob, receives an email to expect Dave at 9 o'clock the following day. The next day, Dave goes into his inbox, sees his inspections, and clicks on it and comes down here. And in this example, we have the inspection set up as a checklist, right? We can again set this up and configure it however it works best for the city or county. We have some cities or counties that have PDF documents that have comment sections and check boxes. But in this example here, we come in to complete the checklist, and you can see we go step by step. Great. Talking about load-bearing members here. There is a message template functionality for inspectors. We're finding a lot of them have verbiage they need to keep putting in over and over again. So now they can store that in the message template. And in this example, we have one for grade marked lumber. So they can immediately get that information in. Maybe they also have other comments they want to include. They also can add some attachments, whether they be documents or whether they be photographs. And those can be, we could have 20 of them here, right? And those can be taken care of. And in this example, this part passes. We go to the next checkbox about structural members and their size. Maybe as an example, we find something on that as a message template as well. Past that. And coming in here about attics needing to be ventilated, checking on that, and adding a message template and maybe additional comments and passing that. So in this example, we can come back here, go back into the inspection, and in this example, complete the inspection. You know, these can, again, can be configured, but we can pass it But you can see if we didn't pass it, the inspector can very easily create a follow-up inspection because he's going to have to come back if he failed them. And he can easily generate an inspection report, which would include all of his comments, all the photos that were taken on the site, very easily there. So now in completing this inspection and coming back into the submission, oh, wrong submission. Coming back into the submission now, we can see that that inspection was completed by David Marshall. And now in this example, the final step is this certificate of completion, which just as you can see requires a signature, and we could issue that document. And in this example, the system automatically workflows this whole process into the permit final state. But now let's talk about the inspection app, right? The same functionality that you saw in the setup and ease of use there on the inspection side, but the difference is now this can be loaded on your Apple or Android tablet or smartphone, and information is stored. So if you do go offline, it continues to work as if you're still online. When you're done and you come back in and come back into coverage, the system automatically pulls that data that you did out of coverage back into the system and updates the system. I have some screenshots of my tablet here for kind of ease of use to share, but you can see as an example, we're looking at the inspection section, but we also, your code enforcement people can use this as well. In this example, the inspector, turns it on for the day, sees the inspections that he has for the day, and also can see, the locations on where these inspections are. He can come up here and click on a specific inspection and open it up to view additional inspection details. You can see he even has the ability to reschedule that inspection on the fly here. And if he wants to go into the checklist itself, come in, and again, that same kind of checklist functionality that was set up with the message template here to be able to pull down that information. Now, when he comes in to snap pictures on his tablet or smartphone, it would work a lot like you're used to on your smartphones, being able to open up the camera or access photos that have already been taken in that way to complete it. So very powerful solution. But most importantly, when your inspectors or code enforcement officers are out of coverage, it still continues to work.